Hello and good afternoon. My name is Amanda and welcome to The Done Creative. Before we get into this pick a card reading, I just wanted to let you all know I do have a new channel where I do my live streams 3 days a week where I do free readings for you guys. It's called The Done Creative Live and the link for that is in the description. But for this pick a card reading, we're going to be figuring out a message from your person. And this reading will work best for those of you in no contact, those of you who haven't heard from this person in a while, or things didn't work out, or maybe they ghosted you, you ghosted them. Basically, it's complicated. So if your relationship is complicated, this will probably work better than if you're in a happy, healthy relationship currently. Although you can still watch and probably get a little bit of guidance, but this is mostly focused on those who, like I said, it's complicated. So if you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy, and focus in on piles number 1 with the amethyst, pile number 2 with the clear quartz, and pile number 3 with the pyrite. And once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also pin them as the top comment. Remember, you guys, these are general readings, so not everything that we get, for the most part, not everything we get is going to pertain to your person, to you, to your life, to your current relationship with this person. So only take the information that resonates and leave the rest behind. So without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, for those of you who chose group number 1, we're going to get right into this. You chose this beautiful aura amethyst. I don't think I mentioned in the intro that it was an aura amethyst, but you can see that it's been fire treated to have that really pretty pearlescent look. Very fun, very cool. Let me see if we can set it up. Good enough. Okay, let's get into this. We're gonna go ahead and start with the tarot because that's just how we roll around here. Okay, let's see what we have. What do we have? What do we have? Okay, wow. So we have the Death card with Rebirth, we have Ace of Cups, and we have 9 of Swords. So, okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. This relationship is not totally over. For those of you who were wondering that, now you know this relationship is not totally over. There is a lot of anxiety in your camp. There is a lot of anxiety in this person's camp, wishing, wondering, hoping, worrying about this connection. You are not the only one feeling this. This person that you're inquiring about has a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of thoughts that run through their head about you. The woulda, shoulda, couldas, I should have done this, I should have done that. There's a lot of regret here with this person. And they really do wish they could have another chance with you, especially if they are the one that walked away, or if they messed up so badly that you decided to walk away. That's especially true in this case. But with this Rebirth, pairing that up with the Ace of Cups, this is a new love. Doesn't mean, in this instance, a new love like a new person. This is a new love ignited between the two of you because this is a message from your person. At the very least, that is what this person wants. Wishes, hopes, prays that this will someday become a reconnection. And if you're feeling the same way, this is just, you may even be twin flames or very strong soul bond because you guys really do reflect each other's feelings very well. So if this sounds like you, again, you're reflecting them. So this might resonate with how you feel about them, how they feel about you. It's very reciprocal or very, I guess, balanced or equal. So the thoughts that run through your mind about them are probably very similar to the thoughts that run through their head about you. But they want they want a new start, a new connection. The Ace of Cups is the best card you can get, if you ask me. The best card you can get in a love reading because it means a reignition of passion. It means love. It means commitment. It means, just that heart connection. Look at that. Such a beautiful image. But there's a lot that needs healed with this 9 of Swords. There's a lot between the two of you that needs to heal before you can just get it on and pop in with this person again, because if you even try to go into a connection without really having those deep heart-to-heart conversations, doing the healing on your own, this person doing the healing on their own, you're going to find yourselves right back where you left off when things didn't work out that well. Or if you are still speaking with this person, maybe you've just been going through cycle after cycle after cycle where you think, okay, maybe now we can make it work. Oh, now we hit a pothole. Oh, now maybe we can make it work. Oh, now we hit a pothole. It's just going to continue and continue in this cycle until one or the other of you gets so sick of it that you totally leave for good, or you both decide on your own and together to heal from the past, to release the resentments, the traumas, the wounds of the past. If you are someone who wants to leave this person behind and never look back, I don't know that you'd click on this video, because why would you care what message they have for you? But if that is the case, then you still should heal from this connection, because this connection is going to kind of quote unquote haunt you into your next connection and your next connection and your next connection. So the healing you can do with your heart, especially that heart chakra, broken heart energy, feeling worthy as well. I'm getting some solar plexus chakra with all these little yellow dots coming in here. And also some blue up here. So to me, that's talking about that throat chakra, being able to speak your truth or feel like the person that you're inquiring about really knows what's on your heart, rather than you having to hide the truth or feel like they won't listen to you in some way. But there still is a lot of hurt between the two of you, or just regret that things could have gone better in some way, shape, or form with that Nine of Swords. But this is easily remedied by allowing yourself to feel any emotions that come through. A lot of people are like, well, how do I heal from the past? How do I heal? I always say here on my channel, you got to feel it to heal it, to deal with it, to release it, to let it go. So you got to feel those emotions. Don't attach to them and hook into them as they come up, but feel them and imagine yourself like in this river of these emotions flowing down. You're not trying to cling to the shore or to a rock or to a log that's floating by. You're just flowing with whatever comes up, whatever is in that moment. You're flowing with it, you're feeling it, you're allowing it to flow out of you when it's done. That is healing. That's what healing looks like. And a lot of times you don't have to sit there and nitpick and examine. I'm seeing, like, Spirit's showing me now one of those operation games, the little guy with the red nose with the buzzer, and you're trying to extract every little bone and piece of the body there. You don't have to do that with healing, because a lot of times it's just an overarching feeling of yuckiness that just pervades you and comes up once in a while. So allowing yourself to feel that yuckiness and then imagine it just being released. Breath work is a really great way to release this trauma, resentment, wounds, guilt, whatever it is you have going on in a past relationship. Being able to release that through feeling it, through healing it, that is going to be your ticket back to each other, or your ticket to a new love if you are wanting to leave this person behind. This relationship was meant to teach you that you are stronger than you think. With this rebirth card, you can get through just about anything. This is that phoenix rising from the ashes. And you don't have to stay stuck in that loop or cycle of this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened, over and over and over. You can say, yes, this happened, that happened. Feel it, release it, and move forward. And stop dragging that into your present moment, because that is weighing you down. That is what your person wants you to know, and what Spirit wants you to know, both. I think both you and your person need to hear this. If that's at all possible, you could send them this message. They could really benefit from it as well. Okay, let's get into the oracle cards now. Woo doggy, I really went all in with the oracle cards today, so we don't have enough room. So we're going to do this in two kind of groups or cycles here. We're going to start with what I got going on here. I never look at these before we get started, so I never know how much room I need, and I definitely underestimated today. But let's get into this. So let's start right up here with this commitment card. I willingly accept that it is safe to topple my walls and commit completely to a relationship. It might be one that's already here or one that's on the way. Either way, those walls have got to go. Without them, I can go further, feel freer, and love bigger than ever before. Bonus, no walls means I will save a lot of money on picture frames. So this person wants to bring the walls down around their heart. They want you to do the same. Again, you guys are very mirror images of each other. But this person may have had struggles to commit, or you were the one that had struggles to commit. I'm seeing it about a 50-50 split. And then maybe a little bit of you in the middle of the road where both of you were kind of having commitment issues, like, oh, do I want this? Do I not? Do I want this? Do I not? But I think for the most part, those of you who really wanted this commitment and your person kind of ran scared, to me, that feels very twin flame runner chaser vibes. For those of you who were the ones that called it off because of some sort of red flag or something that went on with this person, this reading is going to be very split. So those of you who wanted the commitment, we're giving you kind of part of one reading, and those of you who ran because there were red flags, I see something else for you guys as well. So we're going to get into what this all means. But those of you who saw those red flags and ran, I think it was for your highest good to leave this person, and I won't say never look back because I think there is healing for you to do. But those of you who want to reignite a flame between the two of you, that's where we're mostly going to focus, because I would say those who saw the red flags ran off and decided not to look back or to get far away. I don't know that a lot of those people would have clicked on this message or this reading. I can sense a couple of you just to see if this person could tell me anything, what would it be? But I'm going to more focus on those who really want to try things again with their person. Not to say, because I can sense the energy of those who were just kind of curious about that ex or that person they left behind, kind of good riddance energy. I can sense you watching, but I'm going to mostly focus this reading on those who would love to reignite the flame between you and your person, okay? So let's just put that out there. So we have now the Curiosity card. Meeting new people. I remember what a treasure trove of options, interests, and stories they are. But these treasures will only be unlocked if I embrace my curiosity. So I'll be curious and you be interesting. Deal? So this is almost a getting to know each other again vibe. So this person is feeling like they want to just start completely from scratch and be like, hey, I'm so-and-so, and you shake their hand and you're like, oh, I'm so-and-so, and you kind of just start over. Of course, that's not going to work completely because you do need to heal from the past. But once you heal from the past, I think this is a great energy for both of you to be in. This is what this person wants more than anything, is just to start over. Of course, the healing does need to take place. That's like front center of this reading for you guys. The healing needs to take place both individually and then coming back together, having those heart-to-heart conversations, and then figuring out, well, where do we go from here with our commitment? But once you get to that point, almost just acting like you don't know this person at all and asking questions and being interested in them and vice versa. That's what they want. That's what they really want with you. So then here we have, with the number 24, the Protection card, and we also have Sovereignty. And pairing that up with Free Yourself and Love Yourself First, I could really go in with this. These four cards really go together. For those of you who were just curious about this ex but don't really want to reignite anything with them, good. Keep yourself in your own corner, heal from this, and then move on to a new love. That is probably the end of the reading for those who were just kind of curious about the ex, because this person is not in your best interest. But those of you who didn't see those crazy red flags and you want that recommitment, we're going to continue with the rest of the reading with you. I think that we're pretty much done with those who were just checking in to see how that ex is doing, if they still think of them kind of vibe. So thanks for watching, guys. I don't know that most of this is going to pertain to you after this, because this is all about reconnection. So with this Protection card and Free Yourself, Sovereignty is all about being free and knowing you are your highest authority. That is what sovereignty is. It's not thinking that someone has to tell you what to do, or you need some sort of ruler or government official telling you what you can and can't do. When you're a sovereign being, we all are sovereign beings, but when you know you are a sovereign being, you're not waiting around for someone to tell you what your next step is or what you can do or can't do. You're just going to do what you want. Of course, you're not trying to hurt anyone, but you're doing what's in your best interest at all times. And with the number 41 here, this is like a 5 energy. So many of you are becoming more sovereign, stepping more into your own true authority, your own power. And your person wants you to do that because they have been doing that work themselves to really own their own ish, to own their own good parts of themselves. They're really owning everything about them and doing that work. They're doing that healing, and they wish much the same for you, because when you can both come together as two full pieces, wow, that's when this relationship can really be something beautiful and blessed in both of your lives. But with this protection card here, you have the number 24 that adds up to a 6. So this is all about loving unconditionally, protecting your heart. Maybe some of you had to protect your heart from this person because they had said some very hurtful things or done some very hurtful things, ghosted you, did something that really hurt your feelings in some way, shape, or form. Maybe the last time you saw them, they made eye contact with you and then just kept going, like didn't barely even acknowledge that you were there. And that was really hurtful to some of you. But for those of you that it doesn't resonate, this is just you feeling like those walls. Remember those walls we were talking about in this commitment card? You've always, this person especially is saying, they've always had those walls up around their heart. It was very hard for them to just put the hands down and let that heart energy flow because they didn't want to get hurt. But as a result of them keeping that box or those walls around their heart, they got hurt anyway. So they're showing here, the message for you is, they're wanting to literally knock down those walls, almost like a tower moment between the death and rebirth here and the 9 of Swords. That's like a tower moment that this person had that really put them in alignment with wanting more connection, wanting to be more vulnerable because they got hurt anyway. Putting those walls up, they still got hurt. So they're like, well, you know what? I'd rather actually feel that love and connection and take that chance on feeling hurt if that's what's going on here, rather than trying to cocoon themselves away and never feel anything again. Which is a big step for this person, because I don't think this person has an easy time of just letting their emotions flow freely, unless it's out of anger. Like then they'll say things they don't mean and that stuff. But when it comes to being vulnerable and sharing their heart, it's very hard for this person to do that. So with this Free Yourself card here, it says it's time to take back control of your life. That's what this person has been doing. And then love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So loving yourself first is basically dating yourself, treating yourself with the utmost care, love, and importance. Self-care, self-love, healing, all of that is incorporated with this card here. And freeing yourself has to do with cutting cords of the past, releasing yourself. You're no longer in a cage. Your heart, this person's heart also, no longer in those walls, no longer in those boxes. You need to free your heart, free yourself from those limiting beliefs surrounding this relationship, and just in general, any limiting beliefs you have about yourself at all, about ways you can be abundant, ways you can create success in your life. You're freeing yourself, and so is this person. Again, you guys are such mirror images of each other. It's insane. But loving yourself, healing from this connection is what this person's doing and what this person wants you to do for yourself, so that you guys can have a stronger kind of flame when you do reignite, if that makes any sense. Okay, so then we have the teacher card here. Light attribute, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. The shadow attribute, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. So one of you, I'm seeing again a split. You guys are a very polarized group compared to probably the other two groups. I haven't gotten into them yet, so who knows. But the energy is very widely different in what happened to make the relationship end, what happened during the relationship, and what has happened since. I'm seeing, wow. So I'm actually seeing one of you that's inquiring about a twin flame or a soulmate that has actually passed away. So of course, things will be a lot different for that person than someone who is going to be able to talk to, hug, hold, be with this person again on earth. So do you see how polarized this group is? And my heart does go out to that person who did lose their twin flame or soulmate, and it's made things complicated. But with this rebirth for you, I'm seeing this as a new kind of connection because this person is now on the other side. You're having to find new ways to communicate with this person to have a relationship still. But with this teacher card, I'm seeing that it was hard. The communication is kind of went off the rails for you guys. Either lack of communication, miscommunication, over communication, and sharing maybe too much of what was going through your head that offended this person, or vice versa. Again, you guys are mirrors, so it's probably a little bit of both and a lot of both. But you guys coming into this healing, coming into this new reignition of your relationship, you're going to have to make communication a priority if you want this to work long term, because the lack of communication, the miscommunication, the assumptions people are making in the connection, that's not going to work moving forward. You need to communicate and almost over communicate your feelings, not to call this person out, but to say how you feel. Make it self-centered in how you feel rather than trying to call the other person out. Well, you did this, you did that, you did this. No, say, when this happens, I feel this way. That'll really help kind of not put this person in defensive mode to get going in a conversation, if that makes sense. But communication is going to be key. It totally needs overhauled for most of you. For those of you on your end where communication was fine and great, this person's letting you know they are working on being a better communicator to you, especially if they left in a way where they just ghosted you or stopped returning your messages, or they just disappeared and then came back and then disappeared and then came back. They're letting you know they're trying harder in that communication mode for you in the future. And then with this visionary card, it says capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. The shadow attributes are selling insight to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. So with this visionary card, I'm seeing that some of you inquiring about this person chose someone else over you, or a friend group over you, or family member over you. There was this point where this person felt like they had to choose between you and someone or something. It even could have been their work or their job, that they just didn't have enough time to disperse between all the people, the connections, the jobs, the situations in their life. Some of you, this could be that they chose another love over you, or they were with someone, you were then with them, but didn't know they were with someone else, and then you found out, and you broke up, it broke your heart. And now this person I'm seeing is now single, or gonna very soon be single, and that's leaving it up to you. Do you want to even go back down that road? Again, checking in with your own tuition is going to be key for you, because visionary, what is it you envision for your future? Positive stuff. What positive stuff do you both, you and the person you're inquiring about, what do you both envision for your future? Maybe write that down. And if this person, when they try to come back into your life, if they're not kind of fitting that criteria, it might be time for some of you just to say, yeah, I'm gonna go in a whole new direction. But for most of you, I see this person's wanting to change their ways. You're wanting to change your ways. You're wanting that sovereignty where you're both coming as a completed piece into the relationship once again, rather than two splintered or fractions of a piece, if that makes sense. Okay, let's get into the rest of your cards. So we have here the Loyal Heart card with the number 35, which adds up to an 8. So this person does want to offer you loyalty, especially if in the past the loyalty was not it for you, or the loyalty that they wanted to offer you wasn't enough. The commitment they wanted to offer you just wasn't enough commitment, that you really struggled. This time around, they want to give you what they have, and only you, not someone else, not their job, not whatever, but they want to take action toward you. And I think for many of you, this is coming up in the next couple of months. So if you don't hear from this person in a while, or if you tried to reach out and they don't get back to you right away, they're still working through some stuff. And in the meantime, you can still continue to work through your own ish as well. But what this person wants more than anything between the two of you is peace. That's the change they want. The number 23 adds up to 5, which is all about change. They want peace. They want to offer that olive branch to you, that fresh start, that new beginning. They really do want to offer that to you. So then with these surrender cards here, we have surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addictions and replace it with healthier alternatives. So this could be you, this could be them, this could be both of you addicted to something. Addicted even could mean stalking this person on social media, or this person stalking you on social media. Again, you're both very mirror images of each other. So the lines between what this person wants to say to you and what you want to say to them is very convoluted and kind of hard to determine. So you'll have to take what resonates for you. If you feel this is a message from them, or how you're feeling toward them, or whatever, take it as it resonates for you. But also we have the Surrender to Passion card. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So some of you have tried to deny that you still love this person, or tried to say, okay, I'm over them, let me just move forward, and it just hasn't worked. It's because there's still a passion, a spark between the two of you that just will not go away on its own. You have to either cultivate this passion or do the healing from the past to allow this passion to run its course and burn out. However it resonates for you, whatever it is you want, that is their message to you, because they feel much the same way and they're struggling with the same thing. So with this card here, it says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So love yourself first. Even I'm just hearing for some of you to admit the truth to yourself. Whether good, bad, happy, or sad, admit the truth to yourself. Don't deny yourself the truth, whether that's gonna hurt you or help you. Don't deny the truth to yourself. I think you'll know what that means. If that doesn't resonate, just let it fly. Because again, this group is so widely varied that some of this is going to be right on, some of it's going to be totally off the mark, so you're just going to have to use your own intuition and discretion as to what this means for you. But especially those of you who are feeling like you should get back together because this person keeps asking you to get back together, and out of guilt you're like, well, should I? Check in with your heart. If your heart wants to reignite this flame, go for it. If you feel more out of this place of obligation or guilt, then don't go for it. That's mainly the message I'm getting. But it says here, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. I think this is really resonating in particularly with that person whose person they're inquiring about has passed away. This person you're inquiring about still thinks of you, is still healing on the other side from the connection and things that transpired between the two of you. They still love you. They still have those beautiful memories of you. But for the other 99% of you watching this, this is just reminding you that you do take nothing but your soul and the memories that you shared with those you love. All of the bad stuff that transpired, all of the material things between the two of you, or the 3D world things that stood between the two of you and your connection, that's not going to matter when you are in your true form as light on the other side. So this person really does want to heal this connection for the most part. Again, you're going to have to check in with your own intuition as to, is this the best move for me to reignite this flame or to have a new start with this person? For some of you, it's going to be better to just do your own healing on your own and find someone new eventually after you really have started to really love yourself first. But others of you, I think the time would be ripe to try to do that healing and reconnect with this person, because for most of you, this person you're inquiring about does want peace. They want a new beginning. They want all the things you want. Maybe not in quite the exact way you want them, but they want these things too. Alright, so that's all I'm seeing for you, group number 1, but you will have to let me know below what you thought, if this resonated, and just any comments or stories you want to share with us. There's a really supportive group or crew that's usually in the comments, so you'll get a lot of support there. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you right here back at The Done Creative, and also over on my new live stream channel, The Done Creative Live, where I go live 3 days a week. Link for that is in the description box below, and I will see you later. Bye! Alright, group number 2, or those of you who chose this beautiful clear quartz, this is going to be your message from your person. And as I said in the intro, this is going to be resonating more for those who are in no contact, or it's complicated, or this is an ex, something like that, rather than those of you who are in a really beautiful, happy, committed relationship. You still may be getting a few little nuggets of information out of this, but this is mostly going to be a reading for those who have a very complicated connection with their person. Okay, so without delaying this any further, let's go ahead and get into the tarot and then get some more guidance from the oracle. what do we have here? Okay, wow. So I did deal reversals this time. So we've got 2 reversals, but we've got the 3 of Pentacles upright, the Sun in reverse, and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So with this 3 of Pentacles, this person wants you to know that they want to reconnect with you. They want recommitment. They want what they didn't have the first go around. And we kind of had similar vibes in group 1, but this person's wanting to work with you in a different way than they did in the past. That I don't know, some of you, I'm getting the feeling some of you actually met this person at work or had once worked with this person, or there was some sort of collective thing the 2 of you were working on, maybe even with other people you were working on, that now you're not working on it, but you in the past had worked with this person on something. But for those of you who don't resonate with that, I'm also seeing this as the fact that there is a third person in this equation. It could have been that there was a third party situation going on in the connection or after the connection or right now. However it resonates, I do see that it's going to resonate differently for each of you, because I'm getting energies of there was cheating going on. I'm getting energies of right now, currently, after you guys are no longer an item. Now this person's dating someone. So however it resonates in your situation, take it that way. As far as third party could go, if there's no person you can think of, it could be that their time was really invested in something that wasn't you. Could have been friend groups, could have been work, could have been family members, again, whatever resonates or doesn't, leave it behind if it doesn't. But with this Sun in reverse, even in reverse, I still read the Sun as a very beautiful, very good card. But the fact that it shows up in reverse is telling me that this person's letting you know that things did not work out the way they wish they had, but they're not giving up hope that they can't still work out for the best. Like, they want a redo is what I'm hearing. They want to try again, especially if they were the one that really messed up and made things go south in your relationship or made things more complicated in your relationship. This is letting you know they do want to try again, but because again the Sun is in reverse, I don't know that they're going to be the one who can totally fix everything that went wrong in the past and make you feel like you're getting everything you deserve in the relationship. It's almost like spiritually you're so much more evolved than this person that it's really difficult for you guys to see eye to eye on mundane tasks or day-to-day things. This person almost feels like you gave them so much, they couldn't give you as much as they got from you, if that makes sense. And they sometimes felt really guilty or like a child almost receiving a bunch from the parent where you were concerned. And this doesn't mean that you had to give them money or anything, though it can resonate that way for some of you, but this was love, this was time, this was effort put into the relationship that they didn't put. Like, you were the one keeping the relationship alive. Like, I see some of you, they're showing me that dummy, like the CPR dummy, where you were the one breathing life back into the relationship over and over, where this person was either running around with friends or too busy doing something else. And you were the one constantly having to put the effort or, keep that train a-going, put coal in the fire to keep that train going. And this person wants to turn that around, I think, because since you've been out of their life, and it might even be in a bit of a selfish way, since you've been out of their life, they've had to kind of pick up their own pieces, pick up their own mess, do their own thing. Even if they are in a new relationship now, that relationship isn't as fulfilling as the one they had with you. And now they regret that. And it's kind of a bit in a selfish way, because it's like, wow, now I'm missing out on something. Rather than them missing you because they love you, this is them thinking they're missing out because of what you gave them and what you had to offer them. But that's not going to resonate for everyone. So let's get into these oracle cards just to see. And in group 1, I did not even realize how many freaking oracle cards I had dealt in this deck. So we had to do like 2 rounds of laying stuff on table because it just wouldn't all fit. But let's see what we can do for your group. So we're going to start right up here with this wants and needs card. I take stock of my relationships and I'm honest about what I want and need from other people in my life. I note the difference between the two. Wants are negotiable, needs are not. Both may be desired and either may be acquired. But that's not getting into Venn diagram territory, and no one wants to draw one of those, though some of us might need to. So again, going back to this Six of Pentacles in reverse, to me this does feel that wants and needs. Like you were the one really supplying the wants and needs for this person, and a lot of times you still beat yourself up like it wasn't enough. I gave them everything I had and it wasn't enough. And this person could have taken even more from you. And they're now regretting their actions. They're regretting acting that way because they can now see how selfish they were, how just spoiled they were by you. And again, it might be in a bit of a selfish or kind of guilty way that they still wish they had you in their life, because now they're missing out on all of you doing all that care and attention toward them that if they're single, they're not getting, or if they're with someone, they're not getting. So it's kind of in a selfish way that they're like, oh man, I shouldn't have ended things. But also there is love here. This person does adore you. I mean, that does go without saying. I probably should have said that up here with this sun in reverse. It's like you were the sun to them and now it's upside down. But when you hang upside down from a tree and look at the sun, it's still the sun. That's what I'm seeing here in this image. So with this warmth card, it says here, I focus on warmth and let it guide all my interactions. No matter how others behave, I choose to respond warmly. With warmth, I can melt any icy exterior. I can soften any hard feelings. I can microwave any pizza. Today, I adopt the saying, kill him with kindness and turn myself into a warm and loving serial killer. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So yes, this person has done that inner work a lot to where they are now more extensive or wanting to extend more of their own kind-hearted and good-natured loving energy in your direction. So especially those of you who felt this person wasn't very warm, wouldn't really share their own emotions, maybe they were the one who was a little bit more cold emotionally, they want to almost just turn the sun around and be that sun for you and melt that ice around whatever transpired between the two of you so that you can feel the love again, both of you, between the two of you. But again, that's easier said than done because there was a lot of hurt between the two of you. You wanted things to be so much deeper, so much more connected and beautiful, and you gave everything you had to make that happen, but this person just did not put in their fair share. They're saying now they regret that and they want to try to do that. If they can do that or not, I guess is a thing to be seen, but they want to try. They at least want a chance to try is what I'm hearing here. So with this faith card, the number 31 adds up to a 4. They want to support you. They have faith that they can have a future with you, even if they are in a new connection right now, or even if they really done effed up and aren't even on your radar anymore. They still have faith that somehow, some way, they can have a life with you, is really what I see. With this pregnant belly here, it's almost like, I don't know if some of you may already have children with this person, but if you don't, I see that this person possibly wishes they had a child with you or wants to someday have a life or a family or a commitment with you so deep that it feels like you two are family to each other. But they still have faith in you. They still have faith in themselves even, that they can be better than another time around. So with this number 28 card, that adds up to a 10 at the end of one cycle coming into another. And we did get a similar peace card in group 1 from the Wisdom Oracle, not from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, but the word peace came out there. So what they do want is peace. I just picture someone basking in the sun, and it's kind of a breezy day, kind of like a spring sunny day, not like an overwhelming sweltering heat kind of day, but like a spring kind of cool breeze day with the sun on your face. Like that's the kind of peace this person is bringing back to the table, that warmth of that sun on your face as you close your eyes and face the sun. That's how this person felt in your presence a lot of the time. And then when you had enough of them taking, they were like, I messed up. I want that back. I'm going to have to put more effort in. So I do think they will try to put more effort in. But they want that peace back in their life. I think those of the people you're asking about now who are in a new relationship, it's too much drama for them. Even if they're still in this relationship, it's really dramatized compared to the just fun, easy-hearted, or easygoing, light-hearted connection they had with you. it's a lot more complicated with this other person, and they just wish they had that easygoing life back with you again. So then we have the child wounded card here. The light attribute says, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. The shadow attribute blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. So this person probably did have a rough childhood. We picked that up quite a bit here on my channel. I think many people in this world have had a rough childhood, or, earlier years of their life, where maybe they grew up in a single parent home and they don't want that for their own family. Especially those of you who have children with this person and they did grow up in a single parent family, that was the last thing they wanted. They may have even told you that at one point, where if I have children, or when I have children, I don't want to ever be a single parent. I want to have children where I'm raising them with a partner. But those of you who don't have children, this person may have used their own childhood as an excuse a lot, which, yes, bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to children all the time. And, we are all victimized in our childhood in one way or another, sometimes multiple times, sometimes by multiple people, sometimes by multiple circumstances. But we can't keep using that as an excuse into into adulthood, because we need to grow from that. We need to learn from that. We need to heal and move on from that. And this person may still be stuck kind of in that more immature energy of, well, but my dad didn't love me, or but this didn't happen, or that didn't happen. It's like, yeah, mine didn't either, but I bucked up and I got with it. That's coming from you. But you yourself may still have some unresolved childhood wounds. I think we all do, but you're not letting that hold you back from love. This person may have done that. Not feeling loved or wanted or nurtured as a child really messed them up a little bit in the love department, and that's why they don't know how to give that nurturing that maybe you gave them in the way you gave it to them. But they're willing to learn to try is really what I see. They're open to learning new ways of operating in a relationship is what I'm seeing here. So with the Goddess card, it says here, light attribute, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. The shadow attribute, exploitation of the female nature and form. So some of you, especially if you do identify as female, you may have felt exploited, or like this person only liked you for your body at times, or how good you made them look when you walked into a room with them, when they were with their friends or something like that. Those of you who felt nurtured and loved by this person, though, I am seeing two paths. So some of you may have felt like this person was only with you for the physical attributes, what you could do for their body, what they could do for your body, and not much deeper than that. But again, this person has had a bit of an awakening or an epiphany where you're resolved, where you're concerned, to where they want that deeper connection. Yes, they loved and adored your body, but they want that mental connection, physical connection, emotional connection, and spiritual connection. But again, I don't know that they can fulfill you the way you deserve, because whether you're male or female, it's like you are that god or goddess, and you deserve someone who will be an equal player in that, and not worship you like the sun, not like that, but acknowledge how amazing you are, because you've done this for this person this whole time. And they now want to play that back, or pay that back to you in some way, somehow. They want to make the effort. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So they do want to make an effort where you're concerned. Especially those of you who felt like this person didn't care, only wanted you for your body, only wanted you for a booty call, only wanted you for whatever. Now they regret what happened. Again, this is you needing to check in with your own intuition to see, is this connection best for me to go back and try to regain this connection, or should I move on? This is going to be, you need to be the one to choose what you do. But then we have the playfulness card. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And I think you guys did have a lot of fun and playful moments. It was just sometimes the more serious parts of the relationship is where this person dropped the ball, because they just wanted it all to be fun, all to be playful. But they're wanting you to know they want to make the effort. They want to give more warmth and more depth and more seriousness at times, but they don't want to lose the playfulness is really what I'm seeing. Okay, let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards out on the table. Okay, so we're going to start right here with mending, and I think this really just sums up everything we talked about. Yes, this person wants to mend the relationship, mend the connection. We have the number 52 here, which adds up to a 7, which is all about spiritual connection, introspection, going within, connecting to the divine. So this person wants to come at this relationship from a more spiritual depth or spiritual perspective. Again, it is over the playfulness. So they want to keep the playfulness, but they want to deepen the connection more than they had in the past. Especially those of you who are like, yeah, this person's not at all spiritual, this person's not at all serious, this person doesn't want to talk about their feelings or emotions. That's who they were in the past. Not to say they're so evolved now that they are on your level in those capacities, but they're trying. They're taking an upward incline more toward where you are vibrationally. Again, it's up to you to decide if it's worth reigniting this connection, because they are still pretty well below you vibrationally as far as spiritual progress is what I'm seeing here. But with the truth be told card here, the number 5, changes. This person wants to let you know the truth of what they hid behind their mask. That's what I'm seeing here, this mask. And it's facing out, so it's like during your relationship, they were wearing a mask or just putting their best foot forward, not showing you a lot of who they were on a deeper level because they didn't want to be that vulnerable. They couldn't show you that because they didn't want you to be judging them for who they are deeper on that deeper level, because that childhood wound is still very present in their life. That's what's going on here. And some of them want to confess the truth of something they did. They said that wasn't true. They told you they did, but they really didn't. There's something you don't know at this moment of you watching this that they really want to confess to you that might actually shift or change your mind about them as a person. As to some of you, I'm seeing this truth can set you free and really make you want to move in their direction again. But for others of you, this truth will just be that last nail in the coffin to say, yeah, definitely not going to look back on this and I'm moving forward. Again, it's going to be different for each of you. So be ready for this truth to be told. And this truth may not even come from this person. This could come from an outside source. So use your own intuition though. My left ear is now ringing. So some of you may be getting gossip about this person that's not even true. So you're going to have to be the one to decipher using your own intuition if this is true or not. Or if you find this quote unquote truth, and then reach out to this person and ask them, hey, is this true? Using your own intuition or discretion when they answer you yes or no, what you do moving forward. So then we have here surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. So this person did have a tendency to go down a negative thinking spiral. Maybe this person accused you of things because they were on that negative spiral, like this person couldn't possibly love me as much as they're pretending to love me. You know, pretending. You were not pretending, but sometimes maybe because of that wounded child within them, they thought, oh, there's no way this person can love me so much, so let me sabotage this connection just to prove how much this person can't love me. And then they get real stuck in that negative thinking. But they're letting you know they're trying to surrender that. They're trying to think more positive and not go down those downward spirals within themselves. Also, we have here surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. So this is where they're showing me they are right now energetically. They've surrendered to the fact that they've lost you. They've surrendered to the fact that, you know, if those of them who are in a relationship now, that they're in a new relationship. Some of them who are single, they're surrendering to the fact that they're single. And so they may not make a move in your direction right this moment because they're just now coming to accept that this thing has happened. Even if this has been a long time coming, they're finally just now getting the memo. Even if this is 10, 20, 30 years in the making. I mean, who knows what's going on in everyone's lives who's watching this, but this person wants you to know they've accepted that things are as they are. That doesn't mean they don't wish somehow, some way things could be different, but they've accepted where they are is where they're meant to be right now. So as far as your Lover's Oracle messages, let's get into that. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So you guys are getting this new blessing as a result of the way things transpired. For some of you, that could be the truth. For some of you, that could be mending the relationship. It could be mending the relationship and truth being told. Or it could be you realizing to move on. Again, you're taking this as it resonates for you in your life, in your situation. But I'm seeing the fact that this was a karmic relationship for some of you, that these things just needed to be worked out. Whatever happened in the relationship needed to happen. So your soul, in this incarnation, your soul could evolve and learn from whatever happened between the two of you. That doesn't mean you can or can't move forward. Use your own intuition or discretion if you want to move forward, because for some of you, this is a soulmate connection. You have the opportunity and the wherewithal in your own free will to move forward with this person, and things could work out better a second time around. But for others of you, again, it's just moving forward, moving on, going in a new direction. So, a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So this person definitely still has those feels for you. This person thinks about you a lot, and a lot of times that takes them down that negative thinking spiral, but they're trying to think about the positives and what they could possibly do to maybe win you back eventually. But again, right now, currently, they still love you, but they're surrendering to their current circumstance and letting fate kind of lead the way. If you're meant to be, they keep thinking you'll reach back out to them if it's meant to be. So this person may not be the first to be like, hey, even though they have to make the effort here, I think this is as a result of you reaching back out to them first. And then it may scare them for a moment, and then they're like, wait, maybe I do want this. Oh yeah, I do want this. So then they'll reach back out. But then others of them, they will be the one to reach out first, because they really do take that make the effort card to heart, and they want to make that effort, so they will be that first one reaching out. So I'm seeing about a 50-50 split, and I wish I could get more specific, but the energies are so widely varied in this connection. That's the number Spirit's showing me. About half of them will be the first one to reach out, and about the other half of them, you're going to have to be the one to reach out. So I hope this resonated for you. Wow. We didn't quite go as long as we did with group 1. My camera shut off because I was talking so long with group 1, but I think we got to it in like 7-8 minutes quicker in your reading. So I think everything that needed to come out came out. So you'll have to let me know below what you thought, if it resonated, any stories you want to share about your person, or any words of encouragement you want to share with others. My comment section is such a positive and high vibe place, full of support, full of cheerleaders. So I just want to say thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you right here back at the Done Creative, and also on my new live stream channel, the Done Creative Live, where I go live 3 days a week doing free readings over there. Link for that channel is in the description box below. All right, bye. All right, beautiful group number 3, or those of you who chose this awesome pyrite. I love pyrite, it's so cool. This is going to be your message. And again, if you're in a healthy, happy, committed relationship, this may not be the pick a card for you. I'm going to label this, it's complicated, because this is going to be more messages from people who you're in no contact with, people who it's, back and forth, I'm on, I'm off with them, I'm on with them, I'm off with them, or just there's a complicated connection where there's just not much commitment between the two of you. We're just going to pick up on whatever these cards and whatever spirit are trying to show you, the message from this person to you. And as always with my readings, we're going to go ahead and start with the tarot and then get additional guidance from the oracle cards. So whatever comes out, we're just going to roll with it. Okay. So these over just a bit. Okay, so we have here the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the World. So this is already showing me that this person, you had such a fun time with them, like from the beginning of your relationship, probably not at the end, or if you're still in a kind of weird, kind of non-committed relationship with them, they're a fun person. They're always gonna be a fun person. They've always been a fun person. They're fun. They do an unexpected things. They surprise you in so many ways that other people just don't surprise you. This person is very unique, very interesting, very intriguing as well. They could be a water sign. You have 2 cups cards here, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or they could have prominent placements, sun, moon, rising, or other planets within those houses or signs in their chart. But this person does feel like somebody who, with all this emotion they have, sometimes it does go backwards, because that Knight of Cups is that Knight in Shining Armor card, but it is in reverse here. So it's like this person had beautiful intentions where romance is concerned with you, but sometimes, somehow, some way, it went off the rails, or went where you took it the opposite of the way they meant it. Maybe they said something that they thought would be a compliment, and you were like, that's not a compliment, how dare you? Stuff like that. It's like they just didn't know quite the best way to operate with you. They tried really hard at times to fulfill your needs, your desires, your wishes, but it didn't always, hit the mark. A lot of times it missed the mark. But with the Page of Cups here, a lot of times it did catch you off guard, surprise you in good ways as well. So it wasn't all hit, or miss. It was kind of a mishmash. But where the romance, where the emotional connection, emotional fulfillment was concerned, more often than not, this person missed the mark, forgot birthdays, forgot anniversaries, forgot to, keep up with a date that you had, and instead accidentally went and hung out with their friends. But again, they had good intentions. So a lot of what transpired between the two of you, or what still goes on between the two of you, it was misunderstood, because this person is, Spirit's showing me like their mind is very busy. They may have ADHD or some other sort of even mental thing where it's just hard for them to connect with people. Could even have a mental illness of some sort where they're really struggling to just operate as a person in this planet, and let alone be there for someone else in a relationship, in a romantic connection. They could have just struggles. It could be as simple as having struggles focusing on something or settling down their energy, but it could be as extreme as having bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, something where their mental capacities are hijacked in some way to where they want to be a good person. They try very hard, but it's just the way they're wired or programmed makes them quite not hit the mark for you at all times. And it's not entirely their fault. Again, they've got a mixed bag of stuff going on. Again, not everyone's going to resonate with the whole mental illness or disorder thing. But if that does resonate for you, that's part of why this person does what they do. They don't mean to hurt you. They don't mean to do these things. They don't mean to not commit to you the way that you deserve. It's just who they are. And with this World card here, to me it shows this person may have moved away. They may have been on a lot of vacations, or they're kind of coming and going out of your life at times as well. But also with this World, I'm getting a bit of wheel vibes with this World card, because we do have the circle here, the kind of Ouroboros kind of snake eating its tail here. So it's almost like weird little things going on in your relationship are cyclical, or like they run in cycles. So some of you may have known this person a very long time, and you always notice that they're kind of going back to their old ways, and then trying to change, and then going back to their old ways. And again, even if you've only known this person a short time, maybe you've already picked up on that cyclical kind of thing they do, where they're trying to be better, they're trying to change, and then they fall back on their old habits, their old ways of believing, old ways of thinking, old ways of doing. But they want you to know they're trying their darndest. They're trying really hard to change the world, their inner world, for the better. They're trying to change things. Maybe they have sought actual professional help for some of the stuff going on. Some of them, the mental stuff I was seeing going on for some of these people, it could be high anxiety. It could also be depression. But this person wants you to know the last person they wanted to hurt was you. If they have hurt you in any way, that's the last thing they wanted to happen. But because they are so hurt themselves a lot of the time, they try to sometimes be funny or like a comedian to try to cover up how hurt they are on the inside. And I think a lot of this does stem from their childhood, much like we had going on in group 2. I'm picking up this childhood wound, especially where a masculine figure is concerned. So whether you're asking about a female or a male connection with this person, if they're male or female or non-binary or whatever they identify as, I feel like there was a strong male connection in their childhood that wasn't a connection at all. Could be that their father wasn't present. They lost a father very young to death or to drugs or something, where the father figure, even if the father figure was in the home and present, they weren't quote unquote present. They weren't giving that nurturing that this person needed. Where the mother, I think, tried to overcompensate in this person's life, but the father just missed the mark a lot of times. So let's get some more guidance from your oracle cards. And I want to let you know, I actually ran out of room on groups 1 and 2, and that's why we're going to have to do this kind of in 2 parts here. So let's go. Oh, wow. I can't believe this. This is crazy. Oh my goodness, we've got a child card and a mother card. We were just talking about the parentage and the childhood, and wow, but we're going to get into that very soon. We're going to start up here though with independence. I embrace total independence. I see how empowering that is. Even when I'm in a relationship, I can still be independent by meeting my own needs and creating my own happiness. When I do that, I'm the fullest version of myself, and I have much more me to give without needing pieces of me in return. A scientifically impossible expectation. So cute. But really what I'm seeing for this is, I'm seeing actually 2 split ways where this is going. Where this person was at one point in your relationship very dependent on you, very needy, almost codependent in the way they operated with you. And then the other half of you, I'm seeing where this person was always independent, and it was hard for you to even sometimes feel like you were in a relationship with them because they're so independent all the time, and they just kept their independence so much that you're like, are we a thing? Are we not a thing? So however resonates for you, if it does at all, take which one resonates or don't take it at all. But I am seeing what they want you to know, a message for you, is that they will maintain their independence, but they want to also give you that piece of them that lets you know, hey, I'm committed, I'm ready, let's do this thing. So for those of you who have a decent relationship with this person, but there's just no commitment there, I think in the very near future, they're going to try to, or let you know, hey, I think I could deepen this connection. Let's be boyfriend, girlfriend. For those of you who were in a relationship with this person, broke up, are in no contact, right now they are in an independent mode, is what I'm seeing. So let's get into the humility card over here. I take a deep breath and release all of my desire to be right. Without right, what's left? A soft and pliable version of me that's willing to make mistakes, hear other people's opinions, and try doing stuff a different way. In other words, I get to take a pretty sweet, all-inclusive brain vacation. And what we were talking about, the person going on trips or moving, really ties in. I love that. But what I really do see here is this person, a lot of times they wanted to always prove their point, and if you didn't see things their way, they would get offended or upset. And it could even go the other way where you would get upset when this person wouldn't see your point of view. So to me, this is almost like calling for both of you now to have humility moving forward in this connection. Or if you're not moving forward with this person, if they have moved on or whatever, this is just saying that in your healing process, to know moving forward, you can have humility. You don't have to keep raking this person over the coals for the things they've done or didn't do in the past, because it's over. You're healing from it. You're feeling it, to heal it, to deal with it. I think that's great advice for all 3 piles, is to heal whatever transpired in this connection in the past and maybe even present. Heal it. And to heal it, you need to feel it. Feel it to heal it, to deal with it, is what I always say here on my channel. So then we have here the number 22, wisdom. So the master number 22, you may be seeing a lot of the number 22 when this person is thinking of you, is what I just heard. So the number 22, maybe you are a life path 22, or there's a significance with this person. Maybe they played basketball, they were number 22. But the number 22 is basically 1111. This is an awakening. This person has gained a lot of wisdom since they last spoke with you. Even if it was just last week, they've really done some soul searching and gained wisdom. But whatever resonates for when the last time you saw this person was, they've been learning a lot about themselves. They've been trying to take care of their mental clutter, their mental stuff, whatever it is they've got going on, their depression, their anxiety, possible addiction as well with all that cup energy. A lot of times when people have a lot of water in their chart, they will, if they can't handle things, they will turn to drugs, alcohol, other addictions to help alleviate some of the emotional weight that these things carry. But this person has gained wisdom, has tried to change their ways, especially those who have had drugs and alcohol issues in the past as a result of that child wound that they were dealing with. Some of them may be on a path of sobriety now. Others of them may be thinking about contemplating a path of sobriety, or just really putting that intention to try harder and not be addicted to stuff. But they have gained a lot of wisdom around you, around life in general. With that World card here, this is a wisdom card. They have gained a lot of wisdom since things kind of went rough between the two of you. But with this number 6 card here, it's all about self-love. This person has tapped into that self-love. They probably also have released a lot of what had transpired in the childhood, or have healed. Maybe if they are going to some sort of counseling, therapy, something like that, they are dealing with and healing from the past, and they're learning to love themselves for who they are. And this is their message to you, is to learn to love yourself. Do not take anything this person did to you personally, because they didn't mean to hurt you. And I think a lot of times you guys beat yourselves up for like, wow, if I could have just tried harder, if I could have just talked longer, if I could have just done something slightly different, maybe this person would have heard my truth, or, you know, not walked away, or whatever it was that happened. But you are learning the self-love right along with them right now. So then with the Mother card here, it says nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. The shadow attribute, smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. And I know I had talked about the father being vacant or absent in most of these people's childhood, but it could have also been because the mother was left to be the single parent. Yes, the mother was there, but the mother probably had to work. The mother probably had to make ends meet and do other things, so the mother might have been there but emotionally unavailable. So really both parents weren't what this child needed. It's probably what they needed on a soul level, but not what they needed from that, 3D mindset where, for this child to thrive, they need this and this. They probably didn't get the nurturance they needed, and that's why that number 6, that unconditional love, that self-love here, is so important now in this person's life, for them to learn to love themselves from the inside out, because they didn't get the nurturance they needed. Even if they had what you would call loving parents, and you met this person's parents and they seemed like great people, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. We don't know what exactly transpired in this person's childhood. Even if these parents, didn't give this child the nurturance it needed, they did the best they could. And as a result, this child that grew up to be this person you're inquiring about, they're doing the best they can in every moment as well. And you're doing the best you can. So then with the Child Magical card, it says, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. The shadow attribute, pessimism, depression, disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Yes, so this could be like that perpetual child, someone who doesn't want to grow up, because depression does rule this person's life a lot of the times. So they don't even feel worthy of having a decent job that pays a decent income. Especially if this is someone who changes jobs a lot. I know there are a lot of people who change jobs a lot just because they get bored and they want to try new things, but this person changes jobs a lot because they already see themselves as a failure. Whether that's true or not, it's probably not true, but they deep down believe themselves to be some sort of failure in life, so they keep self-sabotaging themselves in relationships, in jobs, in just being reliable and dependent, and that's why they're letting you know. They're turning that over. They're trying to see the potential in themselves. They're trying to love themselves. They're trying to know that everything is possible for themselves and other people. They're trying to learn that independence, not from a place of coping mechanism, but from a place of, like sovereign and self-love, like wisdom. Like that's where they're showing up, where they were independent before as a coping mechanism. Now they're going to show up independent because they're learning to love themselves on a soul level. So then we have here finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So this could just be a message to you where this person wants you to know that yes, their financial worries, their financial troubles, financial issues, career issues, unemployment, whatever they have going on is kind of affecting their life right now, so that it would be also affecting your life. So maybe you are having some financial issues as well. This could be a mirror effect. Some of you actually still work with this person, or at one point had worked with this person, or you met this person at work, or you met them at their work, or their work took precedence or priority over you, or vice versa. It's going to play out differently for each of you. I see so many paths that I can't get too specific on this card for you, so however it resonates in your relationship with this person, take that route. If it doesn't resonate at all, message may not be for you. So then here we have the reconciliation card. I left the best for last. So it says here, someone from your past is returning to your life. So this person does want to offer you a new connection, a new commitment. But again, they're still really dealing with working through their own stuff. They're trying to be better. It might be a hot minute before this person is able to reach out to you. So you can either reach out to them if you feel you can, if you know how to, if you can communicate with them. It might be best if you reach out first, but feel into your own intuition to see if now is even the right time. I still feel this person needs a little bit more time just to be themselves and to figure out that independence, not from that place of coping mechanism, but from that place of self-love. Okay, so let's get the rest of your information out on the table. So here we're going to start here with flexible, the number 19, which adds up to 10, which is the end of one cycle going into another. That's very world energy as well. So this person is trying to be more flexible, trying to change their ways. They have really come a long way since you two ended things or since you last spoke to them. They've really come a long way with their own inner environment, the self-love, the getting help for their issues, the mental stuff that they've got going on, their depression. Maybe they're on some sort of new program where they're eating better, working out, trying to take good care of themselves, their mind, body, and soul. They're trying all different avenues. Some people may even have gone on some sort of medication to help with their issues. There's something that they've changed where they're trying to branch out, be more flexible, and show not just you but themselves that they can be better, that they can do better. And you also have another 10, so you've got 10, 10 here on the board. Number 28 adds up to 10. So building blocks. This person is not going to be able to change completely overnight, but they have learned this new self-love. They have learned how to cope with things better from their childhood. They've healed from things. So they're now on a new trajectory. But again, change takes time, healing takes time, and they're not beating themselves up for taking so long to build a new reality for themselves. And they want you to know they're trying. They're moving forward. They're building on what they've learned, that wisdom card. They're building on what they've learned to only become better and better and better every single day. And they want you to know that. If there was anything they would want you to know, they want you to know that they're doing better. Okay, so then we have, let's go here first. Surrender to divine timing. So sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So this person is trying to trust that these building blocks, these changes are taking time, because this person is just used to doing what they want when they want. And now that they're taking more responsibility in their life for their life, things aren't moving as quickly as they want, but they're just trying to surrender to that and surrender to the fact that if you guys are meant to be, it will come back around, that you guys can reunite, reconcile. This person, so they're really trying hard not to reach out to you because they want to do this inner work. They really are trying. So then we have surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring clarity or even solve the problem. So yes, going back to that depression, that ADHD, anything this person's got going on mentally, they overthink everything. They see 50 scenarios for every interaction they have with you, with other people, with themselves, and they almost get this convoluted sense of what's even real anymore because they overthink so much. So they're working hard to stop thinking so obsessively. Maybe that's part of this medication they're on, or this new routine or regimen that they're on, where they're maybe even tapping into their spiritual side and doing meditation and even yoga or something, to where they're trying to clear and calm their mind, because from the beginning I've seen that their mind is just like, they have a really beautiful mind that can think of really out of the box awesome stuff with that Page of Cups, but their mind also can be like that self-sabotage. Like, their brain can take over their whole life if they let it, so they need to get real present. But they want you to know maybe a lot of the actions they took toward you in the past were from their place of overthinking and distorting reality in such a way that they turn things around on you that you're like, how did you even come to that conclusion? Okay, so with this card here, it says, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception, what were we just saying, and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So this is their message to you, but also their message to themselves, because emotions are running high with this person. They distort their perception with that obsessive overthinking. They take their emotions and they ruminate and think on it so much to where they completely distort their reality. They don't even know what end is up or what's real anymore because they've thought of every angle or of every situation from every angle 5 ways to Sunday, and they sometimes just get really confused as to what's real. But they're really working through that. They really are. But then we have here, beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So if some of this has felt like you, this is why. You guys are mirrors of each other. You could be twin flames. You could be soulmates. I'm really picking that twin flame vibe up with the two of you because you guys are such mirrors of each other. Even if you don't resonate with a lot of this person's maybe even mental stuff that they have going on as far as disorders or whatnot, you yourself may struggle with anxiety or depression or overthinking. So this is just good advice for both of you to be able to come back together if that's what you want with that reconciliation. If you want to come back together, you're going to have to surrender that obsessive thinking and maybe do more spiritual work, more self-love work, focusing so much on yourself, turning it all inward to heal, to feel things, to release the past so that you can have a clean slate. It's like that over-obsessive thinking to me looks like this packed closet I keep talking about here on my channel, where there's so many hangers full of clothes. You can't wedge anything in. You can barely pull anything out. It's so chock full. But when you take everything out of that closet, you sweep it out, you wash the walls down, you clean it out, and then you release the stuff that's not serving you anymore. Those old sweaters, those, pants that were from 4 seasons ago that no longer fit. You release all this stuff, and then you only put back the maybe, instead of 400 hangers you had in there, maybe you only have 100. That clears up like 75% of it. You clear that out, and you have a breath of fresh air. You can bring new ideals or concepts in. You can have room to grow is really what I see. And that's what this person wants you to know and what this person's also doing in their own life. So I hope that resonated for you. This was a fun reading to really dive into the almost like psychology of this person and how they operate and maybe even how you operate. But you will have to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share about your person or your situation. We have a lot of really supportive people hanging out in the comments, so you always have a friendly word of advice or a cheerleader on your side in the comments. But as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you right here back at The Done Creative, and also over on my new live stream channel, The Done Creative Live, where I go live 3 days a week doing free readings over there, and the link for that is in the description box below. All right, bye.